it's KB Link. I'm back, and today actually my video is my official AuthorTube newbie tag video. So without further ado, let's get started. It took me a minute to find where the questions were, which is why it took so long to do the video in the first place, but I finally found them, so here we go. Let's see, question number 1. How did you find out about AuthorTube? I actually found out probably how most everybody on AuthorTube does, just looking up stuff on how-tos or suggestions for writing a book, or how to plan a book or plot or any of those things. And I came across this whole other universe of YouTube videos and was like, oh my goodness, this is an actual thing. So of course it is, but of course I just for some reason didn't think there'd be so many. So once I found out and started watching all these videos, I was like, you know what? That'd be totally cool if I made my own AuthorTube channel. So I did. It took me a while to get there, to get up the guts and the courage to do it, but I did, and here I am. So let's see, question 2, what genres do you write in? I am most fond of fantasy type genres. At least that's what I've tried to write so far. I want to write more than one genre eventually, but every time I think of a story, it's more of a fantasy type of story. So right now, that is what I'm currently writing in. My current book is fantasy. I have a book that's kind of on hold that I'll be going back to later on. That is it's kind of fantasy, but it's kind of a fiction history as well. But that I won't be picking that up until at least I'm done with this book. Maybe a couple books after, I'm not sure yet. That will all depend. So yeah, my main genre right now is fantasy, but I do plan on branching out later on. So let's see, question number 3, what is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of story? Writing tense, I prefer to write in the present tense, I guess. In first person point of view, at least right now. I don't know why, I always have felt like when I'm reading stories, for me, it feels more personal when I'm reading it in a first person, because I feel like I'm not reading somebody else's story, I'm reading my own account of the story. So like I'm reading back my own journal or something. So I've always preferred first person. Not that I don't enjoy the other point of views, just first person is my favorite. As far as writing tense, I don't really have a preference. Just right now I'm currently working in present tense. It's kind of hard. I think kind of present past. I don't know. I'm playing around with it. And then let's see, category, probably young adult for now. Eventually I'll probably do maybe some adult later on in the future, but I think young adult and adult, those are going to be my main category focuses. So yeah, let's question 4. Are you a plotter, a pantser, or a plantser? That is the question. I thought I was a pantser, and so I just started writing the story, And I found that the closer I got to writing up to like 50,000 words, or the more I wrote, I didn't know, like, I knew where I wanted to go with the story, but I had nothing planned in the story, so I didn't know how to go and do it, or how to get to it. So there's that. But would I say I'm necessarily strictly a plotter? No, because I'm not a by the book kind of person either. So I'm still experimenting with which way I prefer. But if I had to guess, I think I'll probably like the Plancer approach the most, if I had to guess, because that gives me the plotting, a little bit of plotting, but then I can just kind of and go at it as long as I have a little base. Yeah. So, question number 5. Are you a self-published, published, or yet to be published? I am a yet to be published. I have not finished my first book yet. I am currently working on my first book. Technically, I have like 4 or 5 books in progress, but I'm only focusing on one right now. So there's not really anything left to say on that, except that I am yet to be published. I am still writing my first book. Question number 6. What publishing company, literary agent, and or printing company are you represented by or use? If you are not yet published, what is your dream publishing house and or literary agent? Publishing house or agent, honestly, I don't know. I'm still in the midst of researching those, but as of right now, my current plan is to actually self-publish. So maybe eventually move on to indie publishing or something. But right now it's just strictly self-publish. I may change my mind once I get closer to finishing my book, but I'm not sure yet. So I guess we'll just have to see. Question 7. What AuthorTube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? Excellent question. Since my channel is mainly AuthorTube focused, obviously it'll be updates on my book, works in progress, how I try and plan out my days, my successful days, my unsuccessful days, the ups and the downs of everything. So I've got the AuthorTube part of it, but then I also have the blog part of it. It's a little late, but I do plan on doing videos every week with Nano Prep. So there's that. A lot of us again. So I think that's about it. I plan on doing updates on my book as I go. I don't know if I already said that or not. Yeah, so that's about it there. I may come up with more ideas as my channel grows, but right now that's the basic outline of what I plan to share on my channel. Question 8. When did you start writing? That is, I always wanted to write, and I never, even when I was little, but I never wrote because I thought I couldn't. There was no way I would be able to write and publish a book. And then I think I was 16 when I attempted to start writing my first book. But that has been a long time ago, and that I couldn't even tell you where it is anymore. It was on an old laptop my grandfather gave me, and now it's gone. So I guess even though I've wanted to write it always, I first attempted at writing when I was 16. I took a long break, and then I picked it up again at about 27 or 28, kind of here and there. And then recently, in the last year or so, I started writing a little more regularly. Let's see, question 9. What was the first story you ever wrote? I'm writing the first story I ever wrote. So there you go. It's a fictional, it's fantasy based. It's a fictional memoir of a real event that has happened in my life. But more updates on that will come as I post more videos on my channel. So that's the basic thing. My first story to ever actually write, even though I attempted writing at 16, I only got like a small little paragraph, but a real attempt to write is my current story. Well, yeah, I think it would be my current story, because I've written a couple things since then, but this one is the one I'm mainly focused on, so I guess it depends on how technical you get. But I think I like that answer, so I'm going to stick with that. Question number 10. What authors have inspired your writing the most? Kristen Cast and PC Cast are one of my favorite young adult authors. I'm 35, but I really love young adult books. And I'm a huge fan of the House of Night series. Let's see. Stephanie Meyer, when I was younger, was a real inspiration. As I have grown older, I used to love the Twilight series. As I've grown older, I love the nostalgia of reading the books, so it still sticks with me. I'm trying to think. I can't think of them all off the top of my head right now. Janet Ivanovich, she's one of my favorite adult authors. Her stuff is hilarious. Yeah, I think that Carrie Arthur, a lot of fantasy authors, but I think those would be the top 3 or 4. So yeah. Question 11. Do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you can find the time? I try to schedule writing sessions, but it turns out it mostly happens when I have the time. It's easy to schedule, if I can talk. It's easy to schedule a writing session, but with being a stay-at-home mom and 5 kids and everybody in school, sometimes things just come up and I can't stick to this schedule that I had planned. So there's a lot of, well, I guess I'm not writing today. And I get, oh, hey, we've got 2 hours, nothing to do. I'm going to write something. So I try, but it ends up working out just whenever I can write. Question 12. Do you type on the computer, typewriter, write everything out by hand, or use a blend of those, and where do you write in general? I started writing by hand. I started writing by hand, and then I moved to writing to a computer, just because it tended to be easier that way. I would love to get a typewriter and write on a typewriter. I think it would be amazing. But I do not have one. So currently, I mostly write on the computer. I do a lot of planning on paper, but then I actually do my writing on the computer. A final question. Question 13. What are you most looking forward to now that you are a part of AuthorTube? I am looking forward to the community of fellow writers and authors, sharing things here and there with everybody, learning tips, learning things that I might have questions to, and being able to expand, being able to not only see and learn about other people's brand, but also being able eventually to expand my brand once I actually start getting books published. But what I'm most excited about is knowing that I am not the only one out there who wants to write a book or who has written a book or whatever. So it's very exciting to be a part of the AuthorTube community now, and I cannot wait to experience it. So there you go. Those are all the questions. That is officially the AuthorTube newbie tag for me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and that's pretty much it for today. So yeah, I will be posting more videos I will be posting more videos soon, and hopefully either today, maybe not today, but in the next couple days, I will be posting a video for NaNoWriMo Prep. I know I did miss the first week, but my stuff is kind of already done in that sense. I'm just kind of gonna blend the 2 weeks together, first 2 weeks together. So hopefully in the next couple days I'll get that posted, and that's pretty much it. So there you go. In the meantime, you guys have a wonderful day, have a wonderful weekend, like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.